Hello, good morning. It's 9:04. I've been up for maybe like 20 minutes. Um I used the bathroom and then I ended up I don't know, just all last night and today I was thinking about like custom outfits that are like at that level of like the red carpet level stuff. And I'm like, well, okay, what is it even like? How would I even go about getting something like that? So I just looked it up this morning to like find someone, and I found a specific person that's there technically. I don't know. It'd probably take me like 4 hours to get there. So not close, but not too far. It's at that weird middle distance. Um, so I booked an appointment to talk to someone on the what was it? On the 25th. So after I come back from the trip. Um, I don't know. I can feel this like uh glow coming from within me. So I think I picked the right people for the job. I don't know, like, sorry, I'm just like, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but, again, I'm just trusting the process. Um, this is crazy, but yeah, maybe I'm hoping that I'll at least know like a more concrete like date for what's going on, or at least, I mean, I'll know the next step. So whatever the next step is, maybe that next step can hint at that following step on whatever it is. I don't know. Um, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be myself, work on the foundation. Really, this whole thing is just between now and June-ish, June, around June. Yeah. Uh, this is a foundation that I'm building that will catapult me towards the new kind of way of living, existing. And that requires me to, you know, do some serious, like, focus on body, getting as much of my stuff out there as possible, honing my skill, and just doing that, and then trust. And it's more than trust. It's like there's a knowing that things will happen in the way they're supposed to. Um, and I'm not supposed to really think too hard about it. I just do, and the time for thinking was in the past, and now it's the doing time. And then once I can do some thinking later, but this is all about trusting that it's a knowing that the details are taken care of, and I just need to walk, if that makes sense. So it really isn't about trust. Because trust, there's like faith and trust, and these things kind of, you can waver on these things. But if you know something, it's not even a question of if. It's a question of like when, what, very different questions. So to me, the way to ultimately like give up all control is to just know that things will happen. And by knowing things will happen, they'll happen. And I'm not saying the knowing specifically makes it happen, because it would have happened regardless if you know or not. But like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this other than just like, the trust fall is not actually about trust. It's about knowing that there are people there to catch you. And in this case, it's the universe and my team, my spirit team, and all the other things in the background that are kind of working towards making this happen. And I just know it's happening. And when you know something's happening, you prepare for it. You do the best you can to get everything in order. That's why I'm like, okay, I need to like start now. Even though I'm not at the weight that I'm supposed to be at. And whatever the supposed to be at weight is, like, I don't know what that's going to look like. But what I do know is that I am going to do my best to do my foundation every day. And try to be flexible. Like, obviously, if something can't work out in a specific way, just letting it flow and being flexible. Like, I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I ended up doing the, like, hour and a half walk at the mall. But that doesn't mean I can't go to the gym today and do the workout I was going to do yesterday, which I would never do in the past. I would just skip it. But, it's okay. It's the weekend, so, like, I can be more fluid about that. Yeah. I've done all the preparation mentally that I needed to do. With all the research and I have all the tools. That was the 10-year cave. Like, being a hermit. That's what that was. And so now it's time for me to totally be reborn in this new foundation. And kind of spread my wings and just be the new me as fully as I can. Unapologetically. It's exciting. There's like the internal me's like doing a little dance, you know. I also really liked yesterday there was a reading that really got me thinking about the unknown and how we view the unknown in a lot of times as scary because it is unknown. And I've felt this for a while where it's like I've been excited to go on a new adventure, but there was a little bit of like that fear kind of in the background that, you know, I had to keep working on. But sorry, I'm just looking over. I wrote it down on my whiteboard. I'm just trying to find. Oh, right. So the idea is actually to fall in love with the unknown because it's exciting, because it's an adventure, because you don't know what's going to happen. And because you don't know what's going to happen, anything is possible. And when anything is possible, that's exciting. Where it's like, you're going to have an adventure that you can't even dream of. Because that's the unknown. It's not knowable. And your vision is a pale imitation of the reality that will come to pass. And that's what I'm like, yeah. I am working on falling in love with the unknown. All the little intricacies of like how things play out. It's like instead of being afraid of what might show up, it's like I'm playing an RPG or a JRPG or whatever you want to call. But I'm playing a game, and the story's being written as I do my decisions. And I have no clue about the game at all. If you're playing a game and you have no clue about what's going to happen next, isn't it exciting? Isn't that why you play the game? It's like the exploration, unlocking new territories, finding new areas to like see different like towns and creatures and cool forests and, you know, all of that stuff, right? And that's life. Like when you treat it with a level of like excitement and you stop worrying and stop letting fear get in your way and stop yourself from getting in your own way. All that's really left is excitement and adventure. And like diving in, just being yourself, truly just embodying the like this like childlike wonder that you had, that you at some point had lost because, you know, all the grown-ups told you that that's not how life works. And then you just kept believing that. And then you became the grown-up telling the kids, well, that's not how life works. Why not? Just why not? Why can't life work that way? Who said? Some person that doesn't believe? Okay. May not work like that for you. but I don't want to live like that. I want to have an exciting life. A life that is fulfilling, filled with love, filled with meeting all sorts of interesting people, and those people accepting you and working together towards something, whatever that may be. And just having this just joy, excitement, and this awe for like, yeah, this is the life I'm living, and holy fuck, like I couldn't have even imagined that this is what I would be doing. That's the life that I want, and that's the life that I'm allowing to happen because I'm getting out of my own way. And I'm taking the leap of faith that turned into the leap of knowing that I just walk and everything will unfold the way it's supposed to. So and I can be excited and I can play and have fun. I can have fun with the process. There's no reason not to. Which is something that I've definitely been trying to do a little bit more. Again, I go back to actually, I think it was the same person who did this reading. They mentioned this idea that, like, I unconditionally love everyone around me. But the love I give myself is different. It's almost like too controlled and disciplined. And I'm working on it. It's at least at this point, I've gone from like not loving myself at all and not accepting myself to like accepting who I am, loving who I currently am, and getting excited for what the future is going to look like. But I got to open up more. And that's part of the foundation building. It's like building the confidence to be myself more. And to just put myself out there and do things. I thought about this like upcoming trip, and I'm like, yeah, this is almost like a confidence building exercise where I do something that's so outside of my comfort zone in order to show myself that this is one small part of the leap, but I'll be okay. Everything will just be laid out the way it's supposed to. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about all the details like I used to. I just get there, I do it, and I adapt as I go. Because I'm really good at doing that. I'm good at adapting. I just kind of forgot. And I always wanted to have like full control over what's going on. But, I think about like my best moments. Like, I was a DM for a very long time. Probably like, I don't know, like 7 to 10 years of like DM experience. And my best D&D moments were all those moments when the players do something that I don't expect at all, and I improvise, and it becomes really funny. I think about this this one kind of story where this was back when I like was kind of more combative towards the players because I was so new. It was like I hadn't even played D&D before. And my buddies were like, "Hey, you want to be a DM for like D&D? I think you'd be really good." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Not knowing these guys have like 10 years of experience or like 5 years of experience, like min-maxing their characters. So they just make these broken ass characters. And so I'm like DMing this stuff and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like what am I supposed to do here? The book doesn't help me at all." So I just started making shit up because I'm like, yeah, well, like, of course. Two can play at that game. And there was this, like, room where one of the characters was very charismatic. And I put a dragon in there thinking, yeah, this dragon's going to get them. They're going to fight this big dragon. It's going to be rough. And so the person just uses this high charisma to just bluff his way past the dragon, saying, "Yeah, we're supposed to be here." Walks past. Dragon's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." Yeah, like, succeeded in the bluff. And I'm like, I'm not going to take that away from them. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. Puts another dragon behind it, even more powerful. I'm like, no way they're going to get past this guy. Of course, rolls a 20, bluffs his way again. This is the second 20, by the way. I'm like, okay, we're putting an elder dragon in this hallway. They can't get past this guy. Rolls another 20. Bluffs his way past the elder dragon. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's just like, it was like absolute cinema. And I can't do it justice. Like, in the moment, it was like such a charged, like, crazy, like, everyone was freaking out, and it was like, it was so insane. So I think about moments like that where it's like, yeah, that was fucking awesome. And it really was like, it was all just like this improvising, like trying to make it like, oh, I can't let them get past this thing. They gotta fight these things. And, nope, they're not fighting. They're just bluffing past everything. And it was just very funny. But yeah, I don't know. That's like a small example. And then in the later campaigns, when I actually realized my strength, I was like, yeah, I'm making everything up on the spot. I don't have notes for anything. And the players didn't know that. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm just fucking making shit up. Like, oh, we're on a planet and they like came across this fucking old guy. And the old guy turns out to be like the Santa Claus of the fucking universe. And it's like, I don't know. I just thought it would be really funny for them to run across Universe Santa. And then Universe Santa gives them like this like epic task. Because he's like, yes, the kids on this this world are all like suffering, and you need to like help them because I have to be inconspicuous, you see. So and they're like, okay, Santa, we got this. And then they like were helping the kids, and it was a whole thing. But yeah, it was just like when I just kind of let myself just improvise and be my truest self, magical things just come up and happen. And it happens in such an awesome way that like I couldn't have even dreamed of if I tried to like map it out. So I gotta treat it like a random D&D campaign that I'm just making up shit as I go, So it's exciting. And yeah. But obviously, like, I can't distract myself. The things I need to be doing, I already know. I've listed them. You guys see them on a daily basis. And, yeah. I'm doing it. Alright. Well, this is a very interesting start to the day, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for listening. Bye. I'll see you in a second.
Hello. It is 2:25. Just turned 2:25. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous vlog in the morning when I woke up, but I'm at 269.4. So that's according to the new scale. And I forgot to measure with the old scale. I was just so focused on like getting stuff done. But anyway, in case I didn't, that's my current weight. Veggies, I mixed them pretty well this time, so it doesn't look like just a pile of tofu. I don't know, like this dish, I just love the whole process. Yeah, just like making it, getting my kimchi, eating the kombu, like it's all, I don't know, it sets me up so well for the rest of the day. But anyway, okay, so I got up, I listened to a few readings after, and then I ended up going to the gym, and I did the arms. I didn't do back or legs, and I know this is starting to become a pattern where I haven't done legs like this entire week. I did back on Monday, but I figured since I'm going to be, I did swimming. I figured since I was going to swim, doing legs and then swimming would be really hard. I'm glad I didn't, but there's a but there. I think I should actually, instead of just doing some squats, I think I really should be doing like leg presses and like the Smith machine, things like that, because at this moment, just my weight is too heavy for my legs. That's why I keep avoiding it, because now obviously as I've been losing weight, the squats get easier, but it was like, even just a couple weeks ago, it was really hard to do just one set of 10 on squats with just myself. So, with that being said, I think I probably should do like the Smith machine or something and work my way into the squats, because I've been kind of just futzing around with the leg day, at least this week. Back, I'm really, really hesitant on my back. I think maybe that's the problem, is I'm worried I'm going to hurt myself, because my back has always been very weak relative to the rest of my body when it came to stuff in the past. And because I haven't done the back, like, obviously I've been doing the best I can with, like, back raises and stuff like that. But I'm going to have to think of something I can do. Maybe just doing actual deadlifts would probably be a good idea. So, maybe just start with the bar. Or start with a pair of, like, 30s. Well, 25s. I'd do 25s because that's 50. So that's as close as I can really get to the 45-pound bar. But, yeah, maybe starting with doing some light back exercises. And then I started thinking about, like, well, I really haven't been doing any core training. And what I mean by core specifically is, like, stomach muscles. So abs, the sides. You know, again, I've been doing lower back, but it's been kind of hit or miss. So really ramping up the pressure on that. And I think maybe abs. I'll do the medicine ball, where I do, I don't know if you know, there's like, I used to do this a lot when I was younger, where I'd throw the medicine ball to a friend, I'd catch it, and then I'd do the side to side, and then throw, catch, side to side. So maybe I can do some of that. The thing that I ran into last time I tried to do it when I was heavier, was I would end up straining my back because my abs are so weak. Which again, it's like core's always kind of been, on the, like, less trained side. So I think I should change that. I think I should start doing more core exercises. Maybe, I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe, well, okay, I can go one of two ways. I can add core exercises every day that I go to the gym. Or I can do a more, like, a similar workout where maybe I add some core exercises where I could do, like, sides one day, and then the next day, or the next time I do my workout, I can do core, because there's a really good, like, core machine that, like, makes my whole body, like, have to do the crunch instead of just the like, top part of my body. So I get a fuller range of motion. So I can do that and then do the, like, side to side thing. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to change that up. I'll let it percolate a little bit. I guess with the trip coming, obviously I would like to be working out during the trip, and that's the plan. Hopefully wherever I stay has some way for me to work out. Sorry, I doxed myself a little bit. Anyway, so being close to a gym would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I think everything seems to be working out so far. So I will just, I don't know, I'll just do what I need to do. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my food. I'm really hungry. And oh, also, just a side thing. Something that I noticed. My hunger has been more regular now. Now that, like, my body knows, like, I've kind of taught my body that we're gonna get all the nutrients we need. And so because my body is, like, works well on what I'm eating, my body just, like, even though it lets me know that I'm hungry, like, afterwards, I'm fine and I'm full and it's a whole thing. So I also wanted to mention, I've been thinking about ways to potentially change up the last meal. I'm really happy with the first meal. The last meal is starting to feel a little bit dry. And what I mean by that is physically, like, as I'm eating it, it's like too dry. The first thing that I want to try, which is going to sound weird, I want to get some guacamole or some avocado. I don't know if it might be just a full avocado that I cut up and I just, like, eat the avocado while I'm, like, eating the chickpeas. But the other thought was just get some guacamole and slap it in there, and just mix it around. So I have this guacamole chickpea, like, thing that I scoop. It sounds weird, but, like, you know, maybe that'll be fine. And I don't mind doing this, calorie-wise, because I'm not doing the oil anymore. So this would actually counterbalance all this dryness that I keep, like, running into. And I love guacamole. So, like, seems like a win-win to me. And then, because of the guacamole mix, I won't have to worry about, no, I'll wait, and we'll see how just the guacamole does. But, the cereal itself will then, I'll be able to mix all the bananas in there, and I won't have to be, like, sparingly, like, using the bananas to offset the chickpeas, which is what I've been doing. The bananas would, like, keep my mouth, like, wetter, if that makes sense. So that it's not just dry. But yeah, we'll see. I'll have to go to the store and pick up some. And so after I eat, I'm going to do that and test it. So I'll probably just get guacamole first. And then maybe I'll try avocado one day. And yeah. But anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hello! It is 8:21. And the first thing that came to mind was that meme of, like, so you might be wondering how I got here. Because yeah, so this looks bizarre. It is in fact guacamole, the little squeezy bottle. I've never had the squeezy bottle before, but the way that it came out is like very funny. So I put 100 calories worth of guacamole on this because I was like, fuck this. I am not it like I'm tired of rationing my goddamn bananas. Just showing bananas. Because the bananas, because the chickpeas are so dry, they're really good, but they're like incredibly dry. Maybe I'm putting them in a little too long. Because the, what's it called? The paprika kind of like gets burnt a little bit. Like you can see it's like a little darker on some of them. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, because I'm not using oil, which I think might be part of the problem for why they're so dry. Throwing guacamole in there, it's like, why the fuck not? Let's see. Because I love guacamole. I have no idea how this is going to taste. So, hoping that it's good. But anyway, like choked on my own saliva. I'm a little bit closer today. I just realized. Okay, well, that's good or bad. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this is the new position to film from. But okay. So basically after I ate my food, I literally just laid in bed and passed out for like 2 hours. I was just listening to... Originally I was like, yeah, I'm just going to sit down and listen to a stream that I haven't really done in a while because I'm tired. So I'm just going to lay down and like body rest, mind kind of doing something. Ended up falling asleep to listening to it. So it was the moment that I went on my side, I immediately just, it was fucking over. So yeah. Anyway, feeling a little bit of anxiety around just how close things are getting. I think it's kind of natural jitters or whatever it is. By the time you're actually watching this, though, I'm already like on the trip. So good luck, Tom. I guess. But yeah. Or I guess good luck, future Tom. But yeah. I'm excited, but there are a lot of things that I'm going to be overcoming doing this trip. So it's kind of like, it's both an adventure and also a form of training, is kind of the feeling I'm getting, where it's like I'm facing my like fear of planes, and fear of heights. Specifically, it's more the fear of heights rather than the plane itself. It's also like the fear of like long flights. This is a long flight. So, you know, it just is what it is. It's kind of the fear of like large crowds, because you know, New York City is going to have huge crowds like everywhere, right? So there's that. There's also traveling alone. I don't think, thinking about it, I don't think I've ever flown just by myself without any like friends or any of that stuff. So there's like facing that. There's also, effectively forcing myself to be in a position where, because I don't have anything planned, I have to just make shit up on the fly, which again I'm good at, but that's scary. So there's a lot of like this stuff bubbling up where it's like, yeah, I have to be strong. There was even like in my mind, there was like, maybe I should cancel. Maybe I should think about like maybe doing it later. I don't know. And it's like, no, you're doing this. So yeah. So just gotta keep, like, I know this is good for me. It's the knowing that is keeping me strong and keeping me just like getting ready. But doesn't mean that the other emotions aren't there, like roiling around. I will say, having my peace just kind of like buffet a lot of that really helps. Because it's like, even though I'll feel the emotion, it's like, yep, I'm feeling the emotion. I'm not going to let it affect me, but I'll allow it to like exist. I'll like see why. And so that's why I was like listing those things. Another kind of exercise of like, okay, where are these coming from? There's also like this trepidation of like how up until this point I've just been like doing my thing. Trying to on the fly figure out how to eat healthy. I'm obviously going to bring, like, I'll bring the nuts along, but it's going to be hard to make sure that I'm like really on top of this first meal, whatever it's going to be. It's going to have a lot of vegetables, and it's going to have, tofu preferably. On the off chance that I can't really find anything with that kind of composition, which I really think that won't be a problem. I'm not looking it up though, because it's actually, I'm trying to leave it as a surprise. Plus that'll effectively be what I'm doing, is figuring out stuff. So I'm like training my skills. But yeah, it almost feels like a practice run for like effectively flying to a much further away place, where I'm gonna have to like do this in a more difficult way. That's almost like what I feel, maybe, which is like a little daunting by itself. I'm really glad that I don't know what's going to be coming up, because if I did, I think it would like scare me. So it's good that things are kind of one step at a time, because they're at least like digestible. But yeah, like this is a big deal for me. So it's way outside my comfort zone. I'm worried about the bed because sleep's so important. So it's like, if I don't have a very good bed, but yeah, it's like, again, it's things where it's, I'm worried about them, but in the end, it actually, I don't know, like, you know, my mind is going a mile a minute trying to, like, make sense of, like, what I'm doing effectively. And there's obviously, in the back of my head, there is kind of like, you could just not do it. There's the safe option, is just to not do it. And I'm like, no. I'm fucking done with doing that. I'm done with doing the safe option. I'm done with, like, whatever the fuck all that is. It really is time for me to continue evolving. I think if I was to put my analogy at, like, where I'm at with the, like, butterfly analogy that I used a while ago, this trip is kind of like the first stages of the chrysalis stage. I think. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's the cracking out of the chrysalis stage. Yeah, I'm not actually too sure, because I know that between now and, I guess, June, July, I will be, like, growing a lot. So this feels like June, July is where I, like, become the butterfly. So before that, it's probably the, like, chrysalis stage. So I haven't actually remembered the, like, stages names too well. So I think that's the correct terminology. If, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the cocoon phase is less accurate, but, like, you know. Anyway, you get the point. I'm basically being Metapod, you know. So, just had, like, so now I'm gonna use Harden a lot until I'm ready to pop out and fly like a butterfree. Which, you know, in a way, it's like effectively, like, just barreling through a bunch of stuff to, like, get me prepared for whatever I'm going to be doing in June, July. So, okay. I'm going to eat my food, and I'll report back tomorrow. Also, I mean, I think it goes without saying that I've been posting every day, but I have been posting every day. So, yeah, I actually have to, that is one thing I gotta make sure to post today. So I think I think I just have to make the thumbnail. But, alright. See you all tomorrow. Oh yeah, I guess church is tomorrow, so I guess I'll be doing that. So I'll be getting ready for that in the morning. I saw the people that were dressed. It looked very casual, so I'm just gonna wear what I normally do and fuck it, you know? It's like, I don't want to, like, go to the, like, effort of putting on a suit or something for that, but alright, bye!